And we are back. Couch Company Podcast. I'm John. With me as always, Tyler.
Hello.
And we're back with another special episode.
Special.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Every episode special with Tyler.
Okay. But this one, this is the creme de la creme.
Is it?
Cream of the crop.
Is that what that means?
No, the cream of the creme de la creme is the cream of the cream.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah, it probably makes sense.
It's creme. Cream?
Yeah. I don't know. Is that French?
No, the creme is French.
Yeah.
Creme is just... I don't know what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, what's happening here?
I have 2 hours of sleep. I don't know. This is special episode.
I don't know if I've ever even had French food.
Yeah.
Like a baguette.
Yeah, you've had French food.
What else? Ratatouille?
Is it French?
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, the movie takes place in Paris.
Yeah, but... I don't know.
What do you mean?
Yeah, but like, is Ratatouille...
It's got to be French.
French, is it?
Stake my life on it.
Oh.
Yeah, I would.
All right.
You want me to look it up to see if I live or die?
Can we do it after the episode?
Yeah. But I'm trying to think what baguette. I'm thinking like all pastries.
What about like a French dip?
French onion dip?
No, like a French dip.
What's
sandwich.
a French dip?
I don't know. But it's literally there.
Yeah.
If you want to say ratatouille is 100% French, a French dip has to be French.
No.
Like an Italian hoagie is Italian, right?
Oh my gosh.
Is that not how that works?
I don't know. I don't know anything about, anything, but
yeah, especially
about food.
Well,
French fries?
Yeah, they're French.
I don't know. Papas fritas? Oh, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is going to be one of those episodes.
Well, we should. The reason I bring that up is we should have a top 5 cuisines by country.
Did we not do that?
I don't think so.
I think we did that.
I think we've talked about it. I don't think we've done it.
Okay.
I'm almost positive we have not done it.
Well, French wouldn't be up there.
Well, right? I had this conversation with my dad once because he's well-traveled.
Yeah.
Over the world.
He said Japanese.
Well, no, I think he said France won.
What?
Yeah. Japan's up there.
What was second? Oh, okay.
Second was Morocco.
Huh.
Something in the Middle East, I believe.
Okay.
Which was also
haven't
surprising.
had any of that stuff, how could we possibly...
That's what I'm saying. I guess what I'm getting at is we need to travel the world.
Oh.
First.
Buddy, we can't get to a burger joint.
You can't get to a burger joint.
I can't get to a burger joint.
It's not a problem.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. You just skipped to the #1 burger joint.
Dude, the problem
for
is...
your birthday.
Well, I did that before I knew we were going to do that.
Yeah, that was a year ago.
Was that last birthday?
Had to have been.
23?
Yeah.
It sounds about right.
24.
No, I don't think it was this year.
Yeah, it was this year.
Was it this year?
It was this year.
Okay, it was this year. I don't think it was this year, but I'm going to believe you for sake of argument.
It's weird because it's almost the end of the year, so it seems like
this year has seemed like 5 years.
And no years.
And no years.
Yeah. I don't know.
It seems so long to me.
It's a weird year.
Yeah, lots happened.
Transition year.
Well, for you, I mean, I'm saying for you, it's like 10 years.
Yeah, I've aged 10 years.
You have. Yeah. No, you look great. You look great, Tyler.
Buddy, I got like patches, just white hair.
I like it. So you're Silver Fox territory.
No.
You don't think so?
I don't know. Apparently you can reverse it.
They say that about a lot of things.
They say that about a lot of things.
A lot of people have told me I can reverse hair loss too. So,
with what? Good sleep?
Well, yeah. There's the main things for that. There's like 2 things that you use. It's like minoxidil and finasteride.
Oh, yep.
They're 2 drugs. One's like a liquid that you put on your hair, and then the other one's an oral, pill.
Huh.
So what it is, it's really weird. So there's a lot not known about hair loss. Obviously, since there's no like cure for it.
Right.
But I guess the cause of it is essentially you have too much testosterone, I think.
You're too manly.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
And so what the medication does, I think, is it converts some of that testosterone into something called DHT, I think.
Uh-huh.
And so the thought there is that it prevents it. So it's really more for prevention, but they have found that for some people, they actually have some regrowth.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really weird. So the medication was originally for, I think like your bladder or something. Like, doesn't your bladder get bigger when you get older or whatever?
I don't know.
It was like something for that. That's
Okay.
why like when you get older, you pee a lot, I think. Because
Why
you
would
get
it
a large bladder.
Does that make you pee more though?
Yeah, that's why like
When you be able to hold it
you're
more?
an old guy, you get up in the middle of the night and you pee like a million times.
Yeah, but I thought that was more like, okay. I mean, sure. I don't know anything
I think
about
so.
anything.
Anyways, this
Yeah.
medication was for that, and
Okay.
they found that people were starting to regrow their hair.
Sure.
So that it was pretty interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's this whole thing though.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of side effects apparently.
Like what?
Well, you're messing with your hormones. So like some people
Irritable.
Well, some people lose their sex drive. Some people get gyno, which is like tits, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Yeah.
But other like more minor things.
Would
like,
you be good with no sex drive, but a full like just like as much hair as you want?
Not worth it.
So, okay.
Like,
Gotcha.
what's the point though?
I don't know.
You know?
I don't know.
Like, if I had no sex drive, then I could just be super ugly, probably, right?
It wouldn't
And
matter.
it wouldn't matter. I mean, if we're being honest with ourselves, right?
Yeah, sure, man. I don't know.
I mean, look, I guess there's like other advantages, right? Like, if you're like really bad looking,
okay.
you're probably disadvantaged in other areas of life. Unfortunately,
That's yeah. People.
that's
hold
what the
a premium.
science shows, dude.
Yeah,
seriously.
yeah.
Like attractive people are like have a lot of advantages, but there's a difference though between unattractive and like unkempt. You know what I mean? So I feel like if you're like a clean person, you take care of yourself,
Yeah.
I think you'd be fine.
Do you think at some point though, like whenever you start hitting your 30s, 40s, like less hair is just like a normal thing? Like I feel like.
Well, I think
women
the
don't-
issue is today, at least for me, right? And women experience this way more than guys, where it's like everyone kind of bases their perception off of, like movies and TV shows and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And all the guys have like the best set of hair in anything that you see.
I guess that's fair.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like no main character, unless it's like by choice, like a Kratos or a Hitman kind of guy, like is bald.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the last balding main character is like a Trevor from GTA 5. Not really super attractive. Not really the best role model.
Frank Woods from Call of Duty Black Ops.
Yeah, that's true.
He's yeah.
But in the original Black Ops, he had a nice.
Yeah,
head
the
there.
original Black Ops, he was
Yeah.
badass with the yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's his best form too.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. I mean, he's like decrepit
That's
now.
fair. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know House, they either gave him a toupee or they did something to his hair. Because
What?
he was definitely balding, and they like fixed it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I always wonder the one of the greatest hair transformation stories I've ever seen is Michael Scott.
Yeah. Yep.
Season 1 to like it's like he had to have surgery or something, right?
I don't know if it so much was surgery or it was like, hey, we're gonna try something. They did it.
It looks
and
real.
It looks rough. Yeah.
Oh, they made it look worse in the
I'm saying,
beginning.
yeah. I'm saying they just made it look like they like slicked it
Wow,
back. They
yeah.
did this thing.
If you look at him season 1 to the final season though,
Yeah.
even when he has it slicked back, it's like there is a marked difference.
Well, yeah, it's super like even like my hair like is thinning out and like my hairline's receding and stuff like that.
Fuck off.
I'm just saying. But if I put like water in it or whatever, like it
If
looks,
you wet it down,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm saying that's what
thin.
they did is I think they slicked it.
I
and
don't
then-
know. I mean, yes, probably.
Yeah.
Like they wanted a certain look, but also there's only so much you can do. Like if you have a full head of hair,
Yeah.
you can't make it invisible.
Yeah, I guess.
So
I don't know.
I don't know.
If we had a
think-
research department, they could probably look that up and figure it out.
I don't know
real
if
quick.
that's public knowledge, but
If I'm sure people have asked the question. Somebody's got to.
yeah,
know
but
the
he's not going to
inside
come and
thing.
say it. It's like asking The Rock, like, "Yo, are you on steroids?" And he's like, "Nah, man." It's like, okay, he's obviously
1,000%
on steroids. He's on something. He's
Yeah.
like he's on, testosterone or something.
DMT.
You know what I mean?
Is that right? Is
No,
that the thing?
DMT is a psychedelic.
Oh. All right. He might be on that too. Who knows?
Maybe.
There's something. DHT?
DHT.
Is that
That's the thing I was just talking about.
Yeah, but that's also, is that not a steroid?
I don't know if that's what you take for. You do like testosterone. You get like testosterone shots. I think a lot of people do.
Do you know Reacher, the guy that
Jack Reacher? Yeah.
The
Formerly
massive dude was like Aquaman from Smallville, and he was
Blue Mountain State. Thad Castleberry, dude.
I don't know.
The best,
but like the young
the best
dude.
show. Yeah,
It's like Jack now.
No, he's so jacked.
He
was always jacked, but now he's like
he put on like 200 pounds.
Yeah,
of muscle.
and he's like, it's all diet. It's okay, buddy. Yeah.
He's like, I just work out, and if I eat a pizza, I'll eat a pizza. I had a pie.
Here's the thing, dude. What people don't understand is that steroids are not a cheat code, right? Like if I started taking steroids, it doesn't mean I'm going to be huge or anything, but it kind of uncaps your ceiling of what you can do naturally. So people who take steroids still put in a shit ton of work, and it's still incredibly impressive, the physiques that they have. Like, I think that's where people kind of get, people think it's like a cheat code. People think that you just take steroids and then you're just six pack, whatever. Like, no, you still need to have a good diet. You still need to train. It's just accelerating your growth and also uncapping the ceiling, like I said.
Well, there's what's the weight loss drug now?
Ozempic.
Yeah.
There's already lawsuits with them.
Is there?
Yep. I just saw one the other day, a class action, where it's like, have you been taking Ozempic and your organs are failing? Call us. And I'm like, shocker.
Yeah.
No shit, dude. Anything that makes you lose X amount of weight in Y amount of time, like quickly, it's not good. Like, I'm sorry. It's just not good.
I think CNN is doing a thing on it. Like, is Ozempic great for you? It's like
it was designed for diabetics.
Yeah.
People are just taking it to lose weight. Two very different things.
Look, hey, it's not like people are just doing it. It's like doctors are prescribing it. And if it works, it works.
Okay, look, obviously it's grain of salt. I'm not a medical professional, but I would imagine they're probably oversubscribing.
Like every new miracle
prescribing
thing.
it.
Yeah. Well,
I think there's probably a lot of pressure from people, because I think the core of the problem, honestly, is probably that we're allowed to have commercials for medication. We're one of 2 countries in the world, I think.
To do the commercial for it?
Every other country in the world, almost, it's illegal to have advertisements for drugs, correct?
Yeah. Huh.
Except us and...
Probably France.
No, it's Madagascar? Zimbabwe?
Yeah, French people are kind of all in good shape.
You think so?
I think so.
You remember the Olympics when that guy hit the pole with his dick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the Frenchkin?
That was the French. That was the meme after that. Every girl in the world.
Frenchkin. French guy. French kind.
French king.
French king.
Yeah, there was K in there. And then every girl in the world was like, oh, I'm going to France. You remember that?
Good for him.
Yeah, it's great. It's
like,
great.
Look, if you screw up,
that's the best.
That's the way to screw up.
Yes.
It's like, oh, my giant dick ruined my form.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
No, you're 100% right. That is failing upward, dude. That is failing upward for sure.
That's better than a gold. Like in one thing. Look.
Okay.
Are the ladies going to remember you for the gold that you won?
Right.
Like, what's his name? Do you know his name?
No, I never knew his name.
No, that's what I mean.
If he had a gold, I might.
No, because you're going to say, oh, it was a French guy won a gold thing, whatever. But now it's, this French guy has a massive schlong. If he was American,
I'd probably know his name. I'd probably know his name.
Okay, name a gold winner from America that's not Michael Phelps.
Yeah, right. I can do it.
Yeah, sure.
Come back to that one.
Okay.
What's his first name? Lyles. Whoever. That's the guy who.
Lyle Smith.
No, that's
John
his
Smith?
last name.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Lyles. Jordan Lyles, I think.
Ooh.
He's the sprinter though. He's famous.
But small penis.
No,
He
I
has
don't know.
to
You
be.
think sprinters have?
Yeah, I think to be a good sprinter, you have to have a small package.
But they're built. The long distance, I think, is small
Why?
because
long
they're
distance
small.
run. Yeah.
The sprinting though is they're pretty built.
Yeah, but dude, if you're running that fast, you're getting just juggled all around.
You're in a tight suit, man.
I guess, man, but You're flop. There's still some
There's no
floppage.
flop. Nothing's flopping there. Like this, it is skin tight.
Okay.
All
right.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident on this
Okay.
one. Just like in the pool,
Yeah.
it's skin tight.
Yeah.
No flop.
What are we doing?
I don't know. Speaking of flopper,
Okay.
Call of Duty Zombies.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the one where you dolphin dive and it blows up.
Yeah,
right?
that's when it explodes.
I
It's one
think
it's
that's
one of
a
your
really good
perks,
one.
Your Nuka-Colas.
But I've never
That's
had
not
it.
Is it Nuka-Cola? Is that Fallout?
That's how it used to be. Oh yeah, no. Nuka-Cola is Fallout. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very Fallout-y.
It is.
It's very Fallout-y.
Yeah.
'Cause even the on the new machines, on the new zombies,
Like the gumball machines and stuff.
Yeah, it has like the the Pip-Boy
Yeah.
art, like cartoon art style. It's not that specifically, but it's like the cartoony, like early 20s
Yeah.
art style.
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's
There's
effective.
something there.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that's a Fallout specific thing. More of a like, just a genre.
It's time period.
It is a time period, but it's always like post-apocalyptic
Yeah.
20s. I
Everyone's
don't know why it's
happy.
that period where everything falls apart.
Yeah,
or I guess like 40s.
Bioshock was the same thing.
Probably because it's like World Wars and stuff were going on.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Actually, come to think of it, Bioshock was exactly that.
No, it's a
Yeah.
thing. It's like I don't
Yeah.
want to say it's a trope, but it's like a setting. It's like a genre, right? Like
Yeah.
a common thing.
Yeah.
They're all the same.
Yes.
I don't even know. It's like 20s to 40s something, right? What would you like? What era would you call that?
I don't know. Black Ops is 80s.
Well, Black Ops is 80s. I'm talking about that specific style,
Like a 1920.
like a 1920.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, when does Fallout take place? Like, or I guess when did the Fallout happen?
I don't know. If Kevin's listening to this, he's probably ripping his hair out right now. I
Probably
can look
like
this up.
40. It's probably World War II. It's probably World War II. Would be my guess.
Time period. There we go. 1960s.
Yeah, but that's after the nuclear fallout.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably 40s.
Like, wait, well,
Because
sure.
here's the thing, like the technology is the technology when everything blew up. So that would be the time period that it's in. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Bioshock Infinite is tied to the first games and takes place in 1912.
Oh, I'm thinking of Fallout.
Oh.
BioShock, yeah. I still think it's the same thing.
Yeah, Fallout's after. I mean, I guess it is World War II, like with nukes going off.
Yeah, it's like 1940
Yeah.
probably. Yeah, BioShock 1912 makes sense. Yeah, because Infinite was.
Well, Infinite is 1912, and then Bioshock
I
is
see.
1960.
So Rapture was built after the events of Infinite.
Yeah. Well, so
They were all built before.
Technically, it's like.
Like, when was the fall of Rapture?
Well, fall of I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
Again, Kevin is
He's the lore expert.
he is the Bioshock expert on that one.
Because, like, the events of the first game, it's already obviously.
Yeah, but it didn't take that long. Like, it was pretty.
That's recently after it got destroyed.
I mean, it's one guy. So the one guy built Rapture, and then
Yeah.
everything just turned to crap. So
Andrew,
like Andrew Ryan. So
Garfield.
Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield Ryan.
Yeah.
So it's within a lifetime.
Noah Lyles, not Jordan Lyles. Fuck.
Noah Lyles.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah. Sorry. That was, got it wrong.
Anyway,
keep going,
Black
keep going.
Ops 6.
Yeah, Black Ops 6. So we both played Black Ops 6.
Yes.
And just got in under the wire on all 3 game modes, so we can officially talk
there's
about
zombies, multiplayer, campaign. Where do you want to start?
it. Where do you want to start?
Let's do zombies. It's our weakest knowledge
Yeah.
amount because we only did like one round.
We did one round.
Yeah.
Although I was watching some videos after that because I was like, all right, I need to like get up to date. The last zombies I played was Black Ops 1. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Maybe Black Ops 2, but I don't think so.
Was Black Ops 1 the one with the bus? Because that's my favorite map.
No, it's Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2.
So Black Ops 2 was the last one I played. I did play the one with the bus, but very sparingly.
Transit with a Z.
Yep.
Yeah.
I played that very sparingly. So.
Yeah.
Black Ops 1 was really cool because that had like the mansion, and then I think that was the one with like the moon.
Black Ops 1?
Yeah. Remember the moon map? That was one of the
I
DLCs.
do. Yeah, was that the one?
That's where I think Flopper originated. I'm pretty sure. That's the first time Flopper was introduced.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Someone check me on that, but I'm pretty sure. What's that?
They all blend together at some point.
Yeah, my little brother actually was really into zombies, and he like knew all the lore.
Yeah,
or was at least up to date. So I would like walk by, and he'd be watching like a lore video.
Yeah.
It's like 4 hours long. I'm like, how? What?
The lore is
it's deep,
insane.
It's deep too.
Of course, somehow they make it was pretty easy, right? Like the original stuff was you had one person from each of the different countries. Like you had your American, who I think was Dempsey, and you had Richthofen, who's the German guy, and then the Japanese guy and the Russian guy. I can't think of their names right now, but
yeah,
you had one of each, and they all actually like had their thing. Like Richthofen turned out to be like the bad guy, but then there was like quantum mechanics involved, and like it was nuts.
See, that's more than I know. I just thought zombies.
Well, that was the first one, and then
that was all in the first one.
Well, no, like the first one is just like, hey, here's a fun dumb game mode, and then it took off, and then they were like, oh, here's 2 other maps, and technically they did a fourth map, and the fourth one it was in a theater and it wasn't as good, but they started doing other stuff.
I thought the theater was Black Ops. The theater was Black Ops. That was the first map of Black Ops. Yeah.
So then the
it's
reason
kind of like I called it a mansion, but it's I'm pretty sure it's actually a theater because I remember you'd run on stage and that's where you'd circle them up.
Okay, so then that was supposed to be in World at War.
Yes,
and
they held off on it.
They held off because they announced Modern Warfare 2 and just completely ruined the last expansion for World at War.
Right.
Anyway, but it was really, really good, and they had all this stuff and like Element 115 or Un Pentium, which is really cool.
Dude, you're speaking a different language.
I know, but it was really cool. And they did all of this, and then they just like they didn't scrap it, but they were like, here are new characters, and here's this new stuff, and now it's just kind of went the way of Assassin's Creed, where like maybe for the people that want to like have a through line, they like give them a couple breadcrumbs, but it wasn't as like you had your core guys and they were going and discovering this stuff and all the different Easter eggs and things like that. Like, me and my buddy Chris, when we were in college, we would stay up till like 2-3 in the morning, just scouring the map for like, oh, if you hit all these teddy bears, the little secret song plays, and here's all this thing, and how far can we get here? And like, we never found anything. It turns out there just wasn't things to find, but like we spent hours and hours and hours like looking for stuff, and it was fun. It was a good time. Anyway, all that being said, this one is kind of nuts. Like it's like you're just overwhelmed all the time. Zombies coming everywhere.
The problem with this one is that since I haven't played a zombies in a long time, I haven't seen the progression, so it's super overstimulating for me.
Yeah.
So like I'm used to you start with your pistol, and then you can buy guns on the walls, you board up walls, and then you try to find the box for the ray gun, and you try to find the pack punch.
Yep.
And then you get your Nuka-Colas or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I'm used to.
Yes.
Right? Now it's like, oh, you can set your class and you have like a special equipment and you have
armor
and gumballs,
call down kill streaks and
yeah, and there's like scrap now that you can build stuff with, and it's pretty wild. There's a lot going on.
I think they had armor and stuff in Modern Warfare 2. I think they did zombies in Modern Warfare 2, if I'm not mistaken. It was either that or
Modern Warfare 2?
The remake.
Oh, in the remake. Yeah. Interesting.
I think so.
I think it was Cold War.
It was either that, because I don't think they had it in the remake of Modern Warfare. I don't think it was Cold War, because I don't think we ever played Cold War. So it had to have been Black Ops 4 when we played it. And it was like, because we beat the thing. Like there's a whole, like there was like a downed plane and we did everything. And you had to like...
You're saying Cold War didn't have zombies?
I know it probably did, but I don't think... Because like when we played, it was like Harbin was playing and Mike was playing and Kyle was playing. Like everyone was playing.
Yeah.
So I think the last time we did that for like zombies, I think maybe it was like Black Ops 4. Because I don't think we played a zombies thing in a long time.
I haven't.
Yeah.
As I've mentioned.
Yeah, exactly. But like that at least had like armor in it, and we kind of like, oh, this is okay. You can upgrade your weapons, and oh, you can pick your ammo specialty, and okay, we found like because we were like finding like, okay, you run in here and you hit all the like you shoot all these red dots, and then another thing opens up, and then like two. It's this weird thing where like two different like bosses spawn, and you have to like shoot them and like get them into the same room under this one specific thing, and then if you do that, it like traps them and like fuses them together, and then you unlock something else, and it's like this whole thing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But we did all that, and like we was like, okay, hey, we beat it, and it was good.
Yeah.
That was the last time we played zombies. So like there are some things, but like this is like a 1980s, like, I mean, we're shooting like diner waitresses and stuff, and it just seems weird. I don't know.
Yeah, we're in like a town. I was saying it's like the town from Alan Wake. It looks exactly the same.
It really does.
It really does.
Yeah.
I think it's cool though. Like I said, like I'm trying to understand what's going on. So I did watch a video on it. And I'm getting there a little bit. There's a lot to discover, which is cool. I think like you have to do that though, right? Like you have to kind of one up what you've done. Like this is the problem when you run into when you're on sequel number like 8.
Yeah.
Is that you have to one up it. And so now you're going to have this kind of situation where there's so many different things to do and so many different mechanics and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it makes sense. I understand, and I think in today's day and age with the kiddos, it's kind of what they want. It seems like, right? They want to be overstimulated. They want to have a million things. Like they can handle it. Like here's the thing: when Fortnite's like one of the most popular games, to me, it's like that's what people want. Where it's like super twitchy, super like the mechanics are insane. Like I would never be able to build a tower that quick, but like kids can do. Like the skill ceiling's there for people these days. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know. I think it's cool. I think there's a lot to discover.
I miss like the like, hey, build up the windows. Like, okay, like whatever your starting area is, it should be contained. There should be one or two more entrances that there are people. So like you can't ever like cover every window or whatever.
Right.
And it's just like you usually stay there for like 5 rounds and just rack up the money, and then you open your first door and then you venture out. In this one, it was like,
needs to open up.
It's just attacking you and from all sides. And you're like, what is this?
Well,
What's this? Oh, what does this do? It's just like, man.
We did Liberty Falls, and I think there's 2 maps right now.
Okay.
So we played one of the 2, and you start on a roof, right? So it's already really open, and I think you're exactly right. At least back in the day, it was really confined, and it would open up progressively.
Yeah, it was like you pull out your knife, and you get the $130 per kill versus the 5 or whatever that you would get shooting a guy.
Right.
And it was just that kind of thing. And that's why when we got like double points, and I was telling him like, okay, shoot him in the leg now to get the extra points. And you're like, I don't think that's how this works. And it's like, sure enough, like, nah.
I don't sound like that, but yeah.
It's there up here. Yeah.
No, yeah, I think you're right. I think it's really open right away.
Yeah.
Which I think like,
I feel like if you play it, you're going to,
they're catering to people who are into zombies, right? Like the people that are already in. I don't think it's designed for new people, right? There's no tutorial. There's no, like you have to watch. I would recommend if you're coming back to it after a while, watching a video. Like there's one I watch. It's like 12 minutes. Mm-hmm. He goes over all the basics. It's pretty well done. It's pretty concise and to the point.
You'll have to send me that so I can take a look.
Yeah, it's really good. He goes over here. Here's each of the mechanics of the game, right? It's not really tips or anything, but it's just like, here's what is in the game, which is useful.
Yeah.
So yes, I think there is a negative, at least from my perspective, like I said, since I'm coming back to it. But the positive, I think, is there seems to be a lot of content, right? When you have so many things that you can do, right? The special equipment, the kill streaks and stuff, you can, the special ammo's in there again, and there's like rarities now with the guns, which is really important. At least that's what the video said.
Yep.
So the rarity is just as important as the pack punch. So you want to make sure that you get a good rarity, and then the guns on the walls have a random chance to have a higher rarity.
Yeah, well. Like we got a blue one.
You got a blue one. I got a green one, which is worse.
For the shotgun?
Yep.
Oh.
So once you buy it, you pick the blue one and then it re-rolls.
Re-rolled it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't know
so you
that.
got to be on the lookout, right?
Okay.
So yeah, another mechanic of the game. So it's pretty interesting. So I think the positive, long story long, is that there's a lot to work with there, and I think it would take a while for that experience to get stale. Hopefully.
Yeah, and I think the overwhelming part of it, like once you understand where they're coming from, what the map is, what the layout, because like we were just like running, or like there's 50 dudes like following you, like I don't know, let's open this door. Okay, now you have a zip line. It's like, oh, I'm down. Okay, come back for the zip line. And then it's like, all right, we're shooting, and you're like, I'm gone. It's like, okay.
I think it's I think you got to have 4 people.
Okay,
and I think you'd really be serving yourself well if at least one of those people knows what they're doing.
Well, that's what I was saying. like my cousin Justin, like he said he's been playing and having a blast with it. So it's like, okay, well, like
I'm
cool.
So down
Show
to play
us
with
what,
him. Yeah,
what we're supposed to do.
We should schedule that.
Yeah. But I liked it. It wasn't like we played it and I was like, this is stupid. It was like, all right, let's play more. Like
I'm down to play more. I enjoy it. We haven't even scratched the surface, it seems like. I think there's bosses, and then you can like craft the legendary weapon. Apparently, on round 25, a vending machine falls from the sky, and you can buy perks.
So we were close.
Yeah.
We
didn't get there.
No.
But,
Okay. No. It was good. I enjoyed it. I think there's something to be said. Like, I would love to go back to those original maps, which you can. You can get it on Steam with a zombie remaster. So I think, like, honestly, I might even take a look at that during the Steam sale, like the winter sale, and like everything's like deep discount usually, just to have and like go back to specifically the 3rd zombie map they came out with, which Der Reisen or whatever it's called. That's the one I remember being like just tons and tons of fun.
Yeah,
and I think the loop that I enjoy is like having okay, this is how you kill these guys. Okay, it's a dog round. You kill the dogs. You know that there's like an ammo drops. Everyone reloads. Then you get the ammo. It's like a very kind of like structured thing. And then when you get to the higher levels, everybody has a ray gun. Everybody has wonder weapons. Everyone has it as kitted out as you could possibly get. And then it's like, okay, we know that this spot right here funnels everybody, and we just stand here and just keep shooting down the line until we can't anymore.
Yeah.
And like that's always like a fun last stand type of thing. And even the very first map we did that where it's like you finally get to the top, and like it's just you're in a corner and you're just shooting thousands and thousands of zombies down and just see how long you can last.
Right.
But
yeah.
And then we found out we can bring in light machine guns from the start, and it's like, okay, well,
that's the amazing part of it, where the multiplayer and the zombies is connected.
Yeah.
Where you can level up your guns in zombies and vice versa, obviously. So, which makes sense because like while we were playing multiplayer, we were unlocking things for zombies, and I was like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't put 2 and 2 together, but now that I think back on it, I was definitely unlocking some things for zombies.
Interesting. See, I never looked at those unlocks, so that makes sense. Yeah.
Well, I was like, I got a revive thing, and then I was looking through it in my creative class. I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a zombie perk.
I mean, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's tied together. It kind of like
it's smart.
It encourages you to hey, you don't have to start back from zero. It's like you have a whole bunch of stuff ready to go.
Well, it's like, I really want attachments on this one gun, but it's horrible with no attachments. It's like, just go play a round of zombies.
Yeah.
Just to get a baseline. I think that's smart. Yeah.
Talk to me about multiplayer. We played a lot more multiplayer.
Yeah, I played a lot more multiplayer. Man, I had a horrible first experience with this. So we were playing, and I've never felt older in my life where everything's so fast. I hate... Well, there's a lot of things I hate. So the one thing that I hate, which...
You are old. Go ahead.
Dude, I am. It's like, I hate the operators. Yeah. And Tyler's heard this rant a million times now, but just bring it back to the times where like everyone's just like a faceless soldier. Or even like what you should do is you can get the operators if you want to, but you should have like a default soldier guy that you can customize. That would be so much more fun than having Woods running around or like a Terminator or a zombie. Like, it's just ridiculous at this point. Like,
and potentially you could make more money doing that because it'd be like,
100%.
You want this hat or this helmet or this gun? Yeah.
Dude, microtransaction the shit out of me, dude. I'd rather do that than like if there was like a sweet pair of goggles or something, or like a face mask or vest or whatever.
Or unlocks where it's like, oh, this guy has the red striped vest on or whatever.
Yeah.
He's a crack shot at whatever. He's got 1,000 headshots.
100%, dude.
Yeah.
I know. I totally agree. And it's like, oh, he has a ghillie suit. He's 10th prestige.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's what always made games fun in the past when they didn't do microtransactions, because like it was
Halo
tied
and
to
stuff.
like impress, like the flaming skull or whatever. So that's the first thing I hate. I hate the operators. One, because like, I don't know, seeing people who are the same character completely takes me out of it. But the other thing is like they're dressed in like shorts and t-shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, I know it's Black Ops, but it's so dumb, dude. I don't know.
Yep.
It's like, I guess it's like undercover stuff, but still, it's so, just takes me out of it so much. So that's the first thing I hate. And then the second thing I hate is like, I hated it at first, but I'm getting more used to it now. It's just how fast paced the game is. This is like the fastest game I've ever played, man.
Yeah.
People are sliding around, running. Like, there's no camping in this game, I don't think.
Yeah. There are a couple of spots like on the one map of the soccer field, or the football field or whatever it is, that's big enough that people can kind of camp there, depending on the objective and stuff. But people are sliding around, jumping around.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's what they wanted, right? Like that's
I
the
guess.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, people want quick, like just get in, get out.
You can tell who is still kind of old school Call of Duty, where it's just like, oh, I played Black Ops back in the day. I want to play again.
Yeah.
Where if you're like mantling something, you can still shoot. Like you can. There's never a time when you can't be firing your weapon, like sliding, jumping, mantling, sprint, like whatever. You're just shooting all the time.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of times whenever it's like I see somebody mantling something, but they're not shooting at me, and I'm like, oh, you're an old player.
Yeah,
and you can shoot them real quick. But it's just like that took a while to break that habit.
For sure.
Just like you can always do that. I don't know. It's fair. I think it's fairly. It's definitely faster than Modern Warfare, but I feel that once you get into the rhythm of things and once you understand the maps, and like the flow of them, like you generally know where people are. It's just like the weird thing, and this is kind of the thing that we learned the first night, is like just aim on the ground. Like normally you want to have your crosshair up, shoot them in the head, but because people are jumping and sliding and diving, if you just aim at people's knees, eventually they'll just try to slide, and then you hit them in the head.
Yeah,
if you just aim low. But
no, I eventually got used to it and started doing better. But the first night was really rough.
Yeah,
it's been a while since.
You've got double XP, which isn't too bad.
Yeah, felt good.
I think the unlock system is it's definitely like more from a original era, but it's so much
infinitely better.
Yeah.
Than what they tried to do. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's just
still the worst
and,
unlock system of all time. Modern Warfare 2.
Yes.
The new Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
I hate that they called it Modern Warfare. Like,
yep.
They're trying to like pave over the greatest games ever made, dude.
No, they're trying to tap into that money stream that they just
by paving over it, because now when you Google Modern Warfare 2, that's what's going to come up.
Fair. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you can't get rid of greatness.
How do you feel about the maps this time around? I know Nate wasn't really feeling them. Nate's not really feeling a lot about this game, but the
maps are okay. They're definitely designed around the quick gameplay, right? So they're pretty small. Like I wouldn't say there's any really sniper maps. Maybe a couple, like the train map potentially, and maybe the snow map. But yeah, it's just I think they're fine. It's definitely, I remember like the newer Call of Duties, the maps went really downhill compared to like the best ones.
I think Modern Warfare 1 and 2, the remakes.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a map that I didn't enjoy on those, both of them.
Really?
Specifically Modern Warfare 2. I mean, granted,
I think they brought back a lot of the old ones, right?
They brought like Crash back and stuff like that. But
Crash,
I'm talking
Terminal.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking like the ones that they shipped with, not the old school ones. But like I think all the new stuff I actually really enjoyed. I clicked with 2 a lot. 2 is
What about this one?
I think I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Like so, it's like
it's all right.
I don't. The maps are not quite there for me currently.
Yeah.
I probably need to play more and kind of get into the mindset of it. I feel like there isn't a map that I'm like, oh, I like this one. I like to play on this map.
Yeah.
It's all just kind of like, all right.
I like the larger maps. I always like the larger maps.
Yeah.
The small maps, confined maps are just tough. Like the
If they're objectives, then yes, I agree with you.
yeah, I don't know, like the safe house one, you know, like in the campaign, that map
Yeah.
I hate that map. It's just too, like, you fight in the living room and it's like
Yep.
Grenade City, and then you like try to go, I don't know, like you try to go around the side, you get shot from the house, you try to go in the house, you get like snuck up on. It's
Funnily enough,
I don't
that's
have
my
a good
best
feeling.
map.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't
Both
have a
on
good
kills and wins.
can't get a good feel on that map, but I'm really good with the train map, the snow map, like those larger maps where there's space. Like the train map, I don't want to say camping, but I was like, I had a spot and I was kind of roaming around. I wasn't just running into their spawn.
Yep.
I was like setting myself and I was getting my kill streaks. Like I'm a slower player, dinosaur.
I cannot believe how people just don't play the objective. Like I know people never play the objectives before, but like I'll have like 120 seconds on a point and like the next person up would be like,
are you using your
15.
green perks?
That's all I have on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just green.
You get more points if you have all green.
Yeah. That's what I have. They nerfed the blue stuff, or they're going to nerf the blue one, where you can see people through walls and stuff.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Do you like? I have never liked Nuketown. I know people like Nuketown. That's always the thing.
I liked it in Black Ops 1.
Sure,
and then it just got beat to death.
Yeah.
Every Black Ops has Nuketown.
Yep.
Yeah. It was fine. It was fine in Black Ops 1, but like it wasn't even my favorite map in that game.
I forget. Is it Kill House? I think is the one from Modern Warfare 2 that they did like 24/7 Kill House and Shipment.
Yeah.
Kill House, I think, is my favorite new map. That's just a very, very good map.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I don't remember the maps.
That's
new
all
ones.
we played. Like if we played, it was just 24/7.
I never do 24/7, dude. I
hate
need variety.
I can't do it. I understand if you're grinding for weapons, that's the most efficient way.
Do a shipment, sure, but
That's but you don't have to do that with this one. This one is just play zombies or play the you unlock it normally. Like I understand with Modern Warfare 2, it's like it's such a weird unlock system of like, oh, you want to unlock the M4? Okay, well you got to go over here to the M16 and do this first, and then you have to get a shotgun or a sniper rifle or something.
Horrible design.
Yeah,
but no, I like the multiplayer. I think perks are cool. I like the idea of having the same perks in the row, although like I think it limits you though, because like you have to just use the same color perks. You
don't have to. Like I think that's
I
the
think
balance.
You're really missing out if you don't.
Well, depending on like they still need to tweak some stuff, it sounds like, but I think it's interesting where it's like, hey, you can kind of nerf yourself a little bit.
They made the special bonus you get way too powerful for all of them. Yeah. That's why I say that like you have to. I think you're really missing out if you don't.
Yeah. Well, so, that's the meta apparently.
They got to dial it back. So it's like I could do it for a little boost, but
yeah.
But
it's nice that it's like, hey, you're level 55 or whatever the max. I think 55 is the max, and it's like you just know automatically you could try any gun.
Yeah,
like you're not gonna have attachments for it yet because you got to unlock them. Like, okay, that's fine, but like you don't have to like, oh, you got to be a level, and you got to do this, and you got to do this, and you got to. It's just like, oh my gosh, like
that's like the old quad, dude.
Yeah.
Like I ain't prestiged, ever because I just wanted like I didn't.
Yep.
I don't want to go through and unlock everything again.
Yeah.
It sounds terrible. They started adding more stuff for prestiging though.
At one point, it was like, hey, you have another class slot. I'm like, dude, I have. AR, a submachine gun, maybe like a melee if I want to like start like, trolling people. But like that's it. Like
exactly.
Maybe a sniper.
And if I want to change it, I'll just change it after the game. I don't need it. Yeah.
Well, the cool thing 100%. Is you can set guns now, so like you don't even need those loadouts because you can have a gun that's already pre-done and you can just pull it into whatever you want. Like they did some smart changes. I think the UI is still not great.
UI is terrible.
Still better than Modern Warfare 2.
But I was experiencing some issues with that though. Like my classes weren't saving.
Yep.
And it was really frustrating. Really
Nate had kicked his red dot off every time we left the lobby.
So like here's the thing, man. Like this game is a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. I think it's definitely better than Modern Warfare 3 because that was pretty much a DLC.
It was a DLC that they paid $70 for.
And it's the little things though that keep plaguing these Call of Duties, man. They're just not getting the little things right. Like why do I have to launch the game and then to play campaign, I have to exit the game and launch a new game.
Yes.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's literally insane, dude.
Yep.
There's no reason for that.
And it makes you not want to do it. And I mean, that's a good segue into the campaign part, but it's like if the campaign crashes,
Go do it again.
immediately I'm like, okay, well, it's going to take me 3 to 4 minutes just to launch the game again.
Yep.
And it's like, nah. Like
When you launch the game initially, it's like, this might take a while because your system is garbage.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, yeah.
Is it the system or is it your launcher?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I've launched more demanding games than this faster.
Right.
Like,
Yep.
it is not my system, dude.
Talk to me about the campaign. What'd you think about
Campaign
it?
is interesting. They really tried a lot of new things. I think that's kind of the theme for this game. I think they're trying a lot of new things. They're trying to innovate.
This was in development for 4 years.
Yeah, which shows like it's obviously more thought and effort was put into this game than something like a Modern Warfare 3, right? And I think it's better than that, clearly. So that really is the same for the campaign where there's a lot of new systems. Well, actually, no, you said the safe house thing was in the other one too, right?
It was in Cold War, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
Not
it's new to me.
not to that level though.
Yeah, so they have a safe house, which is like super fleshed out. It's way bigger than it really had to be.
Yeah.
There's like one secret in the whole thing. You would think that, this is like a huge map. There's going to be it's going to be filled with Easter eggs. It's like one.
Yep.
It's like pretty straightforward. So that's kind of disappointing. Although you get to like build new rooms with upgrades and stuff.
But you don't have to go to any of them. You can just go to one
exactly.
and tab
Which
through.
is, I appreciate that.
Yes.
Very, very nice.
Yep.
But a lot of wasted space. I mean, like, you could have just do we need the whole outside part or?
Well, that there was you beat the campaign, right?
Yeah.
So, they
So
do incorporate that.
They
in
incorporate it without spoilers, but
Yeah.
you could have just made that the mission and
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so they're trying that, and then they tried some other stuff. So there's some sandbox elements.
Yep.
To the missions that you were talking about, I think previously.
So they did it in Modern Warfare 3.
Right.
Modern Warfare 3 was literally
yeah.
just here's a Warzone snippet. And I think that this is much more fleshed out and much better.
Yeah, it was
executed.
good. It's like Far Cry to me.
Yeah.
Where, you have these compounds. They're all different. You can tackle them in different ways. You can go loud. You can go stealth. It's cool. I think it was a little too long for my taste. When I got to the last one, I was like, all right, I'm ready for this to be over. So it's just a touch too long for me. But I thought it was cool. Get to ride around, and the more side quests you do, the more it kind of helps you in the main quests, which is cool. But yeah, so the narrative overall, I like the characters actually, which was a little surprising for me. I thought I wasn't going to give a shit about them, but I really like what's the guy's the main character's name? The black guy.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
I really liked him.
Sure.
I thought the voice acting was really well done in this game, besides Woods actually, which is kind of funny. I think
Yeah, but they had to keep
they had to keep him, but it's he is the character is supposed to be older, but
let me get you names.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, I actually really liked all the characters. Thought they were cool. Thought it was a good group, good mix of people.
Right.
And again, the voice acting was really well done, which I think really solidifies that.
Troy
What?
Marshall,
that's the name. Yeah. But okay, here's the thing. So early on, I was actually really digging it.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the missions, specifically the one where you meet the chick and get her on your team. The one where you have to snipe the guy on the boat. That's one of the first ones.
Oh yeah,
that was a really fun mission. You're sneaking up to the church, you snipe the guy, and then you have to escape. That was a really concise, efficient, fun mission.
Yeah.
The casino mission was kind of cool, little Ocean's 11-y kind of vibe there.
Yep.
Wasn't perfect, but I saw what they were trying to do. I appreciate that. It was kind of fun.
But we're probably going to go into spoiler territory for people who don't want to be spoiled in the campaign, because I think we have to talk through that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So it gets weird. It gets really fucking weird. So there's one mission obviously where it's a zombie mission. You're investigating classified stuff. There's a bioweapon or whatever. You're investigating it, and then you inhale it, and you're having hallucinations, and it's a zombie mission.
Yeah.
I hated that part.
See, I actually dug that part.
Yeah.
I thought it was fine. Yeah.
Well, it felt so out of place. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not so out of place. Like, I get it. I think if you're going to do that, it's going to be in a Black Ops game, obviously. Like, you're never going to see that in a Modern Warfare game, and they're trying new things, and I appreciate that, but it just wasn't for me, I guess.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I like keeping the zombies and the campaigns separate.
Yeah, and that's that's fair.
But yeah, that was interesting. And then the other, when you're like interrogating, what's her face?
Mm-hmm.
She's going through her mind palace. That was
that was probably the weakest point.
That was weird.
Yeah,
that was weird.
So I get a lot of. I know you mentioned Far Cry. I get a lot of Wolfenstein vibes.
You were saying that
from that, yeah. So
yeah.
like just the way, because like Wolfenstein had those kind of downtime parts. So like Wolfenstein, Prey, even what was the kind of somewhat futuristic Russian game that came out last year?
Atomic Heart.
Atomic Heart, yeah. And it was even that. I kind of got vibes of that, where it's just like you're walking around, you're talking to people. It has like kind of like hyper detailed like interactions with stuff, like fairly well animated and voice acted. But it's just like, I give them credit for trying new things. I think the grappling hook feels good. The different extra things you get feel fine. I actually think they didn't go far enough. So my whole thing was like, I didn't mind the I liked the campaign. The story was fine. I think you saw the, oh my gosh, what? Like, you know, like, I mean, again, spoilers, but like, oh, you mean the person that's supposed to be like your mentor or whatever is the bad guy?
Obvious,
like,
so
who
obvious.
knew?
Yeah. Right.
We didn't, like, ever since General Shepard, every single high-ranking person is going to be like the bad guy.
Correct.
So that didn't really land for me. And it very much was just kind of like, the numbers was the big thing in Black Ops. And I just don't think you're recapturing that.
No.
I think you need to push it or do something crazy or do, like, you know, something. Make zombies real. I don't know. Like, don't do that.
I think you have to, like, and I was wondering if they were going to go in this direction for this game. You are the bad guy.
I mean, you are.
Yeah, well, what do you mean?
Wait, what do you mean?
I mean, like, you, like, kill everyone at the end of the game or something.
Well, don't you?
In what? This game?
Yeah.
No.
Don't you kill the chick?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But she's the bad guy.
Wow.
What do you mean? She's going to set off a bioweapon in DC.
I guess, but like...
What do you mean you guess?
No,
that was her whole thing.
Yeah, but you stopped
You
her.
lose control.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You
no,
stopped
I'm
her.
talking like, oh, you have your ragtag team and
but
they're trying to stop
Is that not you
threat.
at the end? Are you not a double agent at the end of the game?
If you are, it wasn't very obvious to me.
I thought whenever they like typed it in and they like panned up and then you saw your character, that was you the whole time. I thought that was the whole point.
I thought that was someone else that I haven't played like Cold War and stuff, so I didn't get the reference. So maybe I'm just an idiot.
Hey, maybe I'm an idiot. I don't know.
You're probably right. I would have made it more overt.
You being the bad guy.
I would have made it more overt.
Sure.
Because we didn't stop, like we stopped the bad guys.
You stopped. Yeah, I guess.
I don't know, dude. It didn't have that oomph that the best Call of Duties have.
Yeah.
Like Modern Warfare, and I'm talking about the good ones.
Yeah.
Like a fucking nuke went off, dude.
Yeah.
Like
you had like specific things that were just like,
or Modern Warfare 2, the EMP.
Yep.
And you're like fighting in Washington D.C. or whatever, right? Like you have these unbelievable, or Black Ops were like the big, plot twist with Reznov. It's like there wasn't that moment in this, and I think they were trying that, but and again, maybe I'm just an idiot, but like it didn't hit me. I wasn't like, oh shit. I was just like, all right.
I think they could have used some more historical people too.
Yeah, that's always
like you were talking,
especially
like,
for Black Ops. That's always been like a fun thing.
It's like, hey, you can literally go talk to JFK.
Right.
In this one, it's like, hey, pull out your binoculars.
Yeah,
Look, it's Bill Clinton.
Yeah, right.
Cool. He did the thing with his thumb and his
I wish
forefinger.
there was more, because like in the original Black Ops, there was more ties to like Vietnam.
Yeah.
And there were a couple missions where you're fighting in Vietnam. In this one, there's like one mission where you're doing Gulf War stuff. Maybe two. The Palace mission, which is one of my favorites. That was a really fun one.
It just seemed more out there. Like it's like, oh, here's Pantheon, here's a thing. It's like it's just like grounded. They could do anything they wanted because they don't have to tie to anything. And
well,
it's just like,
and I think like I don't know if you can get away with the original games. Like Call of Duty 4 was like War on Terror.
Yeah.
And very divisive. Like I don't know if you can do that today. You know what I mean? And Russians, like there was that thing going on.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
where it's like
it's a little bit more grounded. It's a little bit more believable than like
it's super believable.
Here's a bioterrorist.
That's why That's why I think 4 is my favorite campaign because that one was like because then it got to like Makarov's behind everything and it's like that's what I don't like. Yeah, and it's like here's the supervillain Kevin Spacey. Yeah, although Kevin Spacey actually did a really good job in that one.
Bad guy.
But like I like when it's grounded like it's a war, it's like whatever, there's a civil war in Russia, there's like whatever going on.
It's always
you're playing against
bioterrorism. Like, and I get it. Like it's just like I mean
the problem too is like you're always just like outcast group that's against everything. Yeah, and you're against like the U.S. and everyone.
Yeah, like,
it's like
why can't you just be a
Back in the day, I was fighting with Griggs as a Marine, or I was fighting with Sergeant Foley as a Ranger, dude. Those were the best.
Yeah.
Those were the best missions.
Yeah.
When I was just another guy and everyone asks me to do everything because everyone else is capable.
Well, that's why I mean, it's easy to go modern, but like World at War was very good. And you have like whenever you go World War II and you go kind of back to like, here was this battle. Here was this battle. Can you believe? Like, yes, I know it's a little bit more.
It's over the top,
glamorous, but it's like, can you believe that you are running on a beach when there's like a million machine guns just shooting at you?
Right.
Like that's crazy.
Yep.
And that hits harder than any like, oh no, here's a juggernaut coming in for the fifth time or whatever.
I hate the bosses. Yeah, I don't like that.
I think it's a good campaign. It's infinitely better than Modern Warfare 3 in that it's a campaign and Modern Warfare 3 is just garbage.
Yeah, right.
Short of I think, and this is the other thing, Modern Warfare 3's first level, kind of awesome. And I think that they were just like, well, we ran out of time and money.
Yeah.
And that's it. Ship it.
Yep.
So I think it could have been good.
Yeah.
But
I remember the remake Modern Warfare, one of the first missions when you go through that house and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's one of my favorite missions of all time.
Well, that's when they redid all the sound
cool.
and they did a new engine. Yeah, it was really, really good.
It was like so hyper realistic, but like that's the COD I love, where it's like right on that edge, you know? Like,
even to be fair though, like even Modern Warfare 2, I know we're jumping from different games, but like Modern Warfare 2 did some like unique stuff, right? I think the main thing why Black Ops does such a good job is you can do every mission stealth if you really want to.
Yes.
And when things pop off, that's fine.
Yep.
You don't like instantly fail.
Yeah.
You just
change your strategy. Yeah.
Give or take one or two missions.
I will say one of my favorite missions, to maybe end on a positive note, is the one where you're playing as the chick and you're kind of going through the base and you have to sabotage the things. I think that might have been my favorite mission. I thought it was really clever.
Well, that's why I thought that's what you were talking about when you were like, oh, I was done with it. So you meant whenever you were saying by the end of that level,
I meant
you were
the
talking
Gulf
one
War stuff, the Iraq
where you were
mission,
like driving around.
Where you're driving around.
I got you.
Clobbering bases. No, this one I really liked, where it's like, okay, here's 3 targets and
you have 3 different
ways you can approach it. It was like very, I don't even know what it was like Metal Gear Solid, maybe, kind of, where
I mean ish. Like again, I think it's like I think it's your Far Cry and your Wolfenstein.
Yeah, and I think that was my favorite mission. It was really cool. It was like, oh wow, I found this clipboard and that I can use that for this, and it was really well done, creative, and a lot of fun. Yeah. So that was maybe my favorite mission. And then invading the palace again, like a quasi-realistic warfare scenario, was my favorite. Although I will say, like, I think there was also less epicness involved. Like,
seems to be way more
big
downtime than like
there is, but I think I know the reason is because it's gotten so crazy. Like, I remember the one mission in World at War, or World at War, whatever, where the train scene where it's like crashing around you and stuff, and it's like,
Was that World of War?
not World at War, the new one, newer World War II. Call of Duty World War II. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Call of Duty World War II.
Like jumping. Yeah.
Dude, it's literally, if you rewatch that scene, I implore you, it is like 10 minutes of just explosions, trains rolling over top. Like, it's comical.
But the
how crazy
the crazy thing with that though is at the end of that game, they tie it into zombies.
Yeah.
They talk about, they found an element. They found this, and I'm like,
that's kind of
That made me actually excited, and like I was like, oh, goosebumps.
Yeah. But I think that's why they're scaling it back, like the classic trope of you're on the ground dizzy and everything's blown up, and like there's definitely less of that in this game.
Yeah.
I think that's why, but I think they dialed it back too much because it's like typically when there's like an apex to a lot of these missions and things should go crazy. Like the last mission where they're invading the safe house, it just like didn't, there was something missing from it. It didn't feel like it was an appropriate level of epicness.
I think you're missing destructible environments.
Something.
And stuff like that. Because like they brought in a tank. Like your house is gone.
It didn't feel exactly. It didn't feel like it.
Like I was hiding behind some crates.
You should be inside and a tank should just like stroll in, or an airstrike or something.
Yeah.
That puts you into a cutscene, because that's like the Call of Duty that like kind of has that impact. It was just like, some guys are approaching. It really did not. I think the music had something to do with that. Like the music in some of the missions were really great, and then sometimes it didn't feel as appropriate.
See, you said you like. I didn't have anything stand out to me short of the multiplayer lobby music, which I love.
You do love that.
I love that.
The bike scene where you're escaping on the bikes.
Yeah.
That was what I was referring to when I made that comment initially. Okay. That's a great.
I'll have to go back.
That was like a super epic, ridiculous because you're on motorbikes, but like that's kind of what I was missing throughout the whole thing, where it's like this level of craziness.
Yeah,
I don't know. So
it's just like you lose the realism somehow.
It's a balance. It's a balance. I don't know.
Well, but even like the realism of like you have your no Russian level from Modern Warfare. You have this thing where it's like, even in the remake of Modern Warfare, where it's like you're shooting and like there are civilians in there and you have to like, hey, don't hit civilians, careful here, do that, whatever.
Yeah.
And in this one, it's like you have the gala, and then it's like some people are kind of running, but then like it's just like, just kill everyone, like whatever. It felt weird.
Yeah, and like I don't know, like you go back to the original Call of Duty 4, and whenever you're in a mission where you're like escaping in a helicopter, which happens a lot, there's so much, it's so hectic. There's bullets flying everywhere. RPGs are barely missing your chopper.
Yeah. People
are covering you. Like when you're extracting during the Saddam Hussein palace heist or whatever, there's like barely anyone left. It was so underwhelming. It was like, I could just stroll out of here.
Yep.
So it's like, I guess it's like minor things like that, but it really, you lose me.
They're
a
like,
lot.
hey, get to the chopper. Like, just give me 5 more minutes.
No, there's like 4 guys left. They didn't have any guy. Like, it should be overwhelming force. And only when I triggered the cutscene, then it was like, oh, all these people showed up. It was it wasn't seamless.
Yeah.
So I think like maybe some of the like, you need to up the enemy count or something. I don't know.
I mean, we're being very critical. I think overall,
it's fine.
One of the better campaigns they've done in a while.
I agree. It sounds very negative, but I don't know. I'm just comparing it to, the classics.
A lot of the stuff that they tried, though, I think largely succeeded. Like, I actually was okay with it. I know the zombies weren't for you, but I think, like, oh, okay, go get the key card. And I'm like, oh, there's 4 key cards. I gotta do it. But, like, it wasn't too much. It was like, okay, that was cool. Oh, okay, here's this thing. Oh, okay. It's like, I put it akin to Titanfall in a way of like, hey, we had a million ideas and we're just going to do all of these.
Yeah.
I don't think they did it as well as Titanfall, just because I think Titanfall's kick-ass campaign. But good on them for just being like, yeah, okay, here's this. Oh, that's cool. Here's how this integrates. Okay, that's neat. Do this. And I
don't think it overstays its welcome for the most part, which is important.
I think it was, what, tight 8 hours? Something like that?
Right.
8 to 10 hours.
Yeah.
I thought overall it was fine.
Yeah.
What would you rate Black Ops 6?
I'd say like... See, it gets a couple minus points because of just... Like, I got kicked out of the campaign a couple times, and...
I did at least half a dozen times. It crashed on me,
the UI is still a disaster. So I think but it is a fun game overall. I think there's a lot of content there, which is great. You can definitely tell. I'm very glad that they gave them the time to put into this game because it's very apparent.
Yeah.
Rather than the year turnaround time, just cramming stuff. So I would give it an 82.
Okay.
A solid silver. I think it would be closer to a gold if it was polished in terms of the technical aspect of the game running and just more seamless and better, UI and stuff. But I think that's fair score.
I'm right there with you. I'd meet you at the 82.
Okay.
I think it's well done. It's a more or less polished game.
Yeah.
It's just because some of the choices they make aren't for us doesn't mean that other people don't like them, that kind of thing.
No,
whatever,
I'm not knocking it down because of some of the choices they made in the campaign. Right, that's just personal. But
even the multiplayer and stuff. I think the stuff that works and the stuff that we're praising it for is oh, they went back to something that worked. It wasn't hey, we moved the needle forward. So I think 82 is a fair score for hey, you made a good one of these. Good job.
Yep.
Do I think that this is going to be what people play for the next 3 years or whatever? Probably not. I think if they ever decided, oh, here's the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer for their remaster or whatever, or if they remastered Modern Warfare 3 and came out with a multiplayer for it or something like that.
You're talking about the original series?
Yeah. I think that's where people would end up going.
See, you can't even talk about it anymore.
No, I can't. But whenever Infinite came out and they pulled in the Modern Warfare Call of Duty 4 multiplayer, people just played that.
Everyone bought Infinite 4, COD 4. Exactly, yeah.
So, I think overall 82 is a good score. I honestly, I'm most excited to see how Battlefield kind of reinvents itself and comes back.
Yep.
Unless I misunderstood, it sounds like one of the guys from Call of Duty 4, one of the main directors, is doing the new Battlefield. So I'd
love, because Battlefield's one of my favorites.
Yeah. But all of the the characters and stuff gone. It's nope, you're just a soldier. Pick your class.
Yes.
This is what people like. Go back
That's
to the basics.
You need, especially when Black Ops is doing the opposite.
Yep. It's
just differentiate yourself, man. Go back to what makes you you.
Be bigger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that'd be fantastic. Especially we were playing Battlefield for a little bit. We got into it for a little bit. At least I did.
Yeah.
And I was playing the old ones though, because they have that in the new one.
Yeah.
Where it's Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3, which are my two favorites.
Yeah. And I enjoy
playing
that. And
they still hold up so well, man. Those are such great. How good did the gunplay feel in that?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It's no. I'm not living in nostalgia. This is crisp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
But that's, again, it's the
destructible
destructible environments, get the things
yes.
in there, and I think it'll be good. But
yep.
That's what I'm excited about. I want to see what happens with that. Hopefully next year. I don't know. We'll see whenever that comes out.
Yeah, that would be awesome if Battlefield was good again, dude. The last Battlefield I liked was Battlefield 1.
I want to see it where it's every vehicle on the ground. You're not calling things in. It's here you go. It's just big. It's well
Get
designed.
rid of the operators. I think you're 100% right.
Yeah.
That is such
that was the first thing they called out is the operators.
So look, you try things, but I think everyone's trying to be that Overwatch or
give everyone
something about
grappling hooks are cool and fun. Give everyone a grappling hook. Incorporate that into the game. Who cares?
Yeah.
Give everyone a wingsuit and a grappling hook and just fly around.
Yeah. You're right.
Go be
100%
free.
Right. 100% right. 100% right.
I don't know.
Yeah. If you're doing a futuristic one.
Either futuristic or if it's just hey, if you have a ton of verticality, cool. Give them a grappling hook to help scale things or whatever and make it a little balanced that way. I could suspend disbelief there. And maybe no wingsuit, but parachutes are always a thing. You can always
parachutes are always yeah.
Anyway.
Those are always in the game. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
82 Black Ops 6.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah. Not bad. You didn't fail.
It's a great. It's a 8.
I've been having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are going to continue to play it, I assume.
Yeah.
Right. And it's on Game Pass, which is always a
that's
benefit.
a huge plus too. Yeah. It might be a lower score if it was $70.
If I paid $70, I think you might pull some buckaroos or buckaroos points off the score. But I don't know.
Oh, it could be buckaroos. We have the coins.
No, bucker. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks.
So you've been playing Dragon Age.
Yeah.
You've been loving Dragon Age. So tell me about that.
Yeah. So
big shock for 2024.
really...
Dragon Age is now the dark horse for Tyler, dude. Which I did not see coming at all.
Oh man, Dragon Age. Okay, so I don't like Dragon Age. Like as a game. Like this is from BioWare. BioWare does your Mass Effects, they do the Dragon Ages and your anthems. But
little brother.
But and what Old Republic. But
yeah, little game.
Yeah, little thing like that.
Yeah.
But love Mass Effect, love the setting, love the characters, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Dragon Age has just never stuck with me. I know Inquisition was Game of the Year, depending on who you talk to and things like that. And it was kind of the issue of here are all the different characters and you make your character, and no matter how you make your character, it's going to look bad in the game. And the voice acting is kind of like, it's whatever. But like you could do like a top-down thing, strategy type game. You could do like this RPG, and it's just like there was a lot to it, and it just I never clicked. This game is like not really an RPG. Like it's just an action adventure game. Like it's a third person action adventure game. And the way that you're playing it is like the combat feels really good. Like it's just like hack and slash. Like I'm playing a warrior, so like it's just very melee focused, and you can like swap between a sword and a shield or like a two-handed mace or hammer or axe or whatever you want to do. And it's just your normal, like, hit this for your light attacks. Okay, now press and hold, do the heavy attack. And then, oh, this guy has armor, so you're going to want to bash him with your shield and stuff. And every move you have looks cool as hell. So it's like, oh, do you want to throw your shield like Captain Frickin' America? Sure. Oh, do you want to unlock an ability that every time you throw your shield and it comes back to you, you jam on the shield button again, and you could basically, like, just pinball your shield with people.
Yeah.
It just makes you feel super, super cool. And they do this thing where, like, in Mass Effect, which Mass Effect, maybe they have this, at least in Drama, they probably did. But you know how you were doing, like, abilities, right? Mm-hmm. And you could, like, freeze it, pick your abilities, tell people what to do.
Yeah, that was in all of them.
Right.
Yep.
Did they have the quick select too?
At least that definitely started in 2.
Oh, okay. All right.
In 3.
I don't remember it in 2 because I just never used it.
Might be in 1 as well, though. Yeah. I'm not sure. Definitely in the remap.
But
when they remade
have
it,
all that in Dragon Age.
Right.
At least I haven't experienced this yet, and I'm playing on just like your default difficulty, but your companions never go down, which it's like, oh man, that seems OP or whatever. But it's just like your companions are just, I guess, like extensions of yourself, right? Mm-hmm. Just like kind of Mass Effect, where it's like, oh, this guy has armor. Okay, Harding, you hit him with weakness, and then we'll detonate it with something else, and it's just like this synergy of like everyone has moves that apply a certain status, and that's your kind of like your, I forget what they call it, but it's like you apply it, and then another person has like the matching detonation thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, you apply weakness. Well, my drop kick detonates weakness.
Yeah,
so then like
combos.
Yeah, somebody hits them with an arrow and it says, oh, they're weak. And I run up and I do my like literally like jump in the air and like kick them like a freaking WWE match. It looks cool every time. I've done it like 1,000 times and every time it looks cool. And it like detonates and kicks them back, and then it you see this like explosion and everyone else so you can like set all this stuff up. And the combat just feels really good. And I think it's an interesting thing because that speaks to me, and I know that's not going to be for everybody. And the same thing is like I think the character creation, I know people get a lot of flack for it because it's very, let's call it inclusive as far as like, hey, pick your pronouns and you're like, it does all of that, right?
Yeah. I think Baldur's Gate was the same way, right?
100%.
Yeah.
So like that's what, like, if you look at the reviews and people are like flaming it on Steam and stuff, it's for like that kind of stuff. Because it's like, oh, it's too woke, it's too, and I'm like,
I don't think
I'm playing it. I'm
Baldur's
like,
Gate gets flamed for that? I don't think
Baldur's
so.
Gate was pretty, no, I'm talking specifically Dragon Age, but
I understand that, but
Baldur's Gate, I'm sure, talked about it. It's like, dude, you screw a bear in Baldur's Gate type of thing, depending on who it is.
What I'm saying is that it didn't get flack for that, which is interesting.
I think they were upfront about it, And I don't think, because at Baldur's Gate 3, it was like no one really played the other ones that were like playing it now. Like some people did, but like it was for all intents and purposes, a new game. Where with Dragon Age, it's like, oh, you're bringing the Inquisition people back in, but now there's like a new level of, let's put in quotes, like wokeness to it, which is what people were upset about.
Gotcha.
I look, the character creation is one of the best I've ever seen. I think the hair in this game might be the best hair I've ever seen. Specifically, if you do like long hair and curls and different things like that. I have a mullet with a Jedi Padawan braid.
Oh yeah,
and it's awesome. I love it.
That's so cool.
But the voice work is top notch. Every character you design, like I've designed maybe 3 or 4 of them, and they look awesome in the cutscenes. Like super expressive, like really well animated. It fits right in. You're voiced, so it's like you like very much like Commander Shepard in Mass Effect. You have this presence. It's not like you're just kind of randomly talking without, like it's really well done. So anyway, this is where it gets to be like a Tyler game, right? Like every area, like new area you explore, has a list of here's everything and like all your collectibles, all your chests you can find, everything until it keeps track of everything that you do. It's very structured in that like, hey, go here to unlock this area. And then you'll come back to this area. You can like mop up everything. And here's all like every time there's a new mission for something, there's a specific icon. Oh, I go here, talk to this person, I get the mission, and then you can just warp to that mission. So it's very respectful of your time in that regard. There's bubbles for anything that will progress your relationship with somebody, or just like the way that you like deepen your connection with your party members. There are bubbles with a little clock next to it saying like, hey, you have to talk to them. It's not like, how you go back to the Normandy in Mass Effect? Yeah. This one, you go back to the lighthouse. Same thing. It's just like, hey, how about that mission? That was crazy.
Right.
And it's just really, really well done. The characters, I think, are all pretty unique. It was kind of weird because when I was reading the initial like reviews and stuff, people were like, the story is kind of like lackluster and different things like that. I think the story is very straightforward. Like you never lose sense of the plot. Like you're always talking about the main plot for better or worse, which I actually like, because it's like, hey, there's some urgency there. Everything you do is kind of moving your people to the end, and everything that you're doing is somewhat related to that overarching plot, more or less. Or it's like, I was in the area, I'll help you real quick to do this side quest or whatever. I think they do a good job with that. And yeah, man, I don't know. It's like it's doing the thing of Mass Effect 2 where it's like, I know a good hacker, or I know a good whatever. I know someone from the Fade that I can bring in and stuff.
Nice.
I think it grabbed me in a way that I was not expecting. Like I was expecting to be like, I'll just bounce off it. I have like 20 plus hours in that game already.
Wow.
Like actually, I know you're not gonna love this, but I played more of Dragon Age at this point now than Final Fantasy or close to it. Actually, that's not true, because I put more time in Final Fantasy, but I'm coming up on Final Fantasy time.
Wow.
And yeah, I think I'm about maybe like probably a third of the way through it. If not, maybe getting to the halfway mark. I'm collecting everything I can possibly find, doing everything that I see, having all the conversations and listening to all of them because they're so well done. And I just met this necromancer who is like the coolest dude ever.
Okay.
And every character, and this is for better or worse. So like, okay, I've been gushing about this game. There are some things that I'm like, this is tough to wrap my head around. One of it is like the staging area. There's like, you have the lighthouse, which is like the Normandy. Then you have the crossroads, which is like kind of a hub to all of the other like, let's call them like missions or like worlds or levels or planets, however you want to do it. And that's a little weird. So it's a nitpick for me that like, that's it seems like there's a middleman in there that you don't really need. But I do it, and it's fine. You know, it is what it is, and you can always just fast travel between stuff, and it's fine. So it's not too bad on your time. But then the other thing is, like, there is so many factions and guilds and lore and names and and they just, dude, they'll hit you with like 15 names. Like, you're supposed to just know and remember and everything, and it's just like, okay, I'm sorry, like, sure, yeah, I caught maybe half of that. So I think that if they could somehow do something where it's like, and some games do this, where it's like Tyranny did this, where it's like you hover your mouse over and you can kind of like, it gives you a little tooltip of, oh no, remember this guild does blah, 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 blah. Or, oh, you didn't play the 3 other Dragon Ages? Let me tell you about the Canary or whatever it is. So I kind of was navigating some of that, and they do it okay, but it's, I think, a little bit more blunt with stuff. It's not as like high. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's not like super elevated, like you're inferring things. It's very black and white, like, oh no, this is bad, you need to be upset about this type of thing. Where I never got that sense from the other games. So overall, I think it's very good so far. I'm very much enjoying it. It's a testament that if I'm saying, like, I'm happy on the exploration part, and I'm even I don't say happier, but I'm very happy when I'm in combat. And I think they pace it really well, where it's like, right when I'm like, okay, I think I've explored everything. Great. Here's some dudes to go fight. Cool. You do that. They have tough boss battles that you have to go, and you have to like take down champions to get their essence to then unlock even more areas to go explore and stuff. And it's really good. Yeah. One other thing, and I don't want to end on a bad note, but one thing I was getting kind of frustrated on is there are so many different icons and different things and whatnot. They don't have, it might be the worst help system I've ever seen. And it's not even called like help. It's like, here's a glossary, and it's like words and a definition. There's no pictures. And I'm not saying you need pictures for reading or whatever, but it's like, okay, hey, what does the yellow bar on a health bar mean? Is that armor? Is that full? Because there's also a blue bar and a red bar, and it's just like, what is this? And I can't find it, and it's not, or it's just extremely tough to find where that is. That was frustrating. Like Final Fantasy, friggin' awesome. You can find whatever you want there. It explains everything. You can replay things. You can test things out. You can do everything you want. In this game, it's like, figure it out, idiot. So I feel like in some combats, I'm not optimized, or I'm like, that was way harder than it had to be, because I probably wasn't like bringing the right party members in or having them pop the right abilities to take down like the armor first. And I'm slowly learning it, but like it's pretty kind of obtuse there.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right. I know I rambled, but
it's good. Thorough.
All that being said, you were asking me like, okay, hey, what do I play and stuff like that. I mean, at this point, I put this above Star Wars, like easily.
Well, you never beat Star Wars.
No.
Not even close.
Dude, Star Wars was like, in terms of just fun.
Yeah.
This is way more, like, I'm having a lot more fun exploring and learning about the world and stuff like that. And
well, the next game I'm playing is Metaphor, so
sure.
But then, Dragon Age apparently is after that. So,
well, I mean, look, you'll love Star Wars too. I think just from a immersion standpoint, Star Wars is much better.
Interesting.
But I think from a lore standpoint, world building standpoint, the characters and stuff like that, I think Dragon Age is pretty good.
Okay.
People are really upset with the romance options, though. You can romance your entire team, but it's not anywhere close to Baldur's Gate.
Wow, Baldur's Gate is like an unmatchable standard.
But when Baldur's Gate came out and it was like, oh, these are super risque, and it's like a very mature rated, like, hey, we're not holding anything back. This is it.
Yeah.
Dragon Age was like kind of in the wing, being like, oh yeah, us too. We're gonna be super steamy, and it's like, no, you're not. Like Mass Effect had steamier scenes than like it's ridiculous. And you don't need that in there, but it's like if that's what you're looking for, it could be this game.
Yeah,
like, this game is
you
not
implying that that's what I'm looking for?
No. But like, I was worried because I'm like, okay, like you're doing the thing where you're just like flirting with everybody because you want to keep your options open, you know?
Sure.
Yeah, but it's like you don't know what the big storyline is and stuff.
Sure.
And yeah, it's like it's not even worth it. It's like don't even.
The romance just isn't worth it at all.
I mean, you can.
Yeah.
It gives you some buffs, I guess. I don't know, but it's just like like you get some dialogue options.
There you go.
It is cool how the characters and what they talk about, and they do kind of like the God of War stuff, where if like they're talking between different things, different characters are talking about different things that pertain to those characters. So you can have like, oh, I brought these two this time. Okay, cool. They're talking through like, I don't know, elven poetry or something because it made sense in that thing.
Yeah.
The one chick I brought to go meet the necromancer is like, she's like fangirling over this guy. She's like, oh, you're super popular. I was writing you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I didn't even think about that when I brought her. I was like, oh, I probably want her skills, but it's like just pure luck. It was like, oh, this is the best interaction.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah,
So,
that's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're liking it, dude. It was very surprising, but that's awesome.
Look, it made me sad because like whenever I'm like holding the baby upstairs and I'm like, I really want to
play
Dragon Age, and it just does not work on Steam Deck well. Like I can't get it to run. Yeah.
What have you been playing while you're with the baby?
Brotato.
Nice. Great game.
Came out last year. No, so I've been reading a lot. So that's all I've been really doing with the baby.
Gotcha.
I'll be doing the Neva or whatever. That's
yeah, dude. Nice. I think you're really gonna like it. It has really good scores.
Yeah, Gris was great.
A lot of reviews as well. So
yeah,
seems right up your alley.
What about you? What are you playing?
About halfway through Astrobot. So I'm on I'm almost done with the third universe. Whatever, galaxy.
What's is that God of War?
No, that's the second.
Okay.
The third one is like the casino and there's a bathhouse or something.
Okay.
Yeah. So Astrobot is pretty good. It's a really good game. I mean, like it looks incredible. It runs perfect. It's so charming. I mean, it's just like impossible not to feel good when you're playing the game. They just nail the aesthetic of it, I think. Mm-hmm. Like every little animation, movement, it's just like crafted down to the finest detail, I think. And I love the attention to detail for like the PlayStation properties as well, like the homage to them and the respect that they give to those things. So
minus Square Enix, apparently.
Yeah, is there no Square Enix in it? Wow. I was waiting to find a little cloud.
That was the big glaring thing.
Damn, that sucks. Yeah, the God of War levels are incredible. I would love to do a top 5 Astrobot levels.
How do you feel about like the music? Like how it kind of blended the two together?
Yeah. That under cave level music is great. I love the mashups when you go to a like a character specific world or whatever. Yeah. I think the first one was Ape Escape.
Yes.
I've never played Ape Escape, but
neither have I.
Kind of put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Those are the best levels, by the way. The ones where you're playing as the character or whatever.
So which we'll call them like hero level. Like what hero you did? Ape Escape, you did God of War.
Yeah, I'm almost on the third one.
Okay.
So I guess I have what 3, 4, 5?
Something like that.
There's 5, I think.
Yeah.
So I have like almost 150 bots.
Okay.
So I think there's 300. So I'm close to halfway.
I think there's like 302 or 301.
There's 2 secret ones.
There's something like that.
There's a secret one. Okay.
Yeah.
But
so have you done the hard levels yet? Have you,
like the triangle.
Yeah.
Fuck those levels.
Yeah.
I suck. It just reminds me how bad I am at platformers, dude.
Oh, you have no idea.
Yeah,
oh my God.
That's the second world.
So bad. It's
gonna get real bad, dude. And then like, I'm gonna get all the bots. Like I have to get all the bots.
Do you want me to spoil something for you or no?
No.
Okay.
Like in terms of what?
I can't. I don't want to spoil it.
Is it like a? All right, whatever. Don't spoil it. But
no, I won't.
I'm not looking for it.
Let me ask you this: are you planning on 100%ing it? Are you doing everything?
I want to get all the bots, which I guess is 100%, right?
Yeah. Well,
So, we'll see. We'll see.
The bots, because technically you have to get like is it just the bots, or you have to get like puzzle pieces?
Well, the
and
puzzle
stuff, too?
pieces, I guess you don't need to get the puzzle pieces. I don't know, because the puzzle pieces give you like
You do, because it gives you stuff.
like cosmetic stuff.
Yeah.
But is that even that doesn't give you bots though? I don't think. And so I got 2 of the puzzle piece boards complete now. So the one was the gotcha machine, and then the second one was painting my controller.
Yeah.
Ship.
Yep.
So I guess that's technically 100%, but I don't think it's getting bots.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I'm not at 100%. I always get all the bots for the planet, but I don't think I have all the puzzle pieces.
Have you gone back and used the cool bird? It shows you stuff.
Great mechanics.
So good.
Unbelievable mechanic.
Yeah.
So smart.
And you've done like some bonus world stuff. I assume you found some stuff there. Like
Like
the warp zone,
real mini
stuff.
ones.
Yeah.
And the warp zones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm on my way.
Does it, whenever you like shoot off the spaceship at the end or whatever, does your controller like vibrate extremely loudly, or is my controller just broken?
Your controller might be.
So every time I did that,
crazy.
it like violently, like you could hear like plastic being like rattled around, and it woke Penny up every time.
No, I don't think mine's that bad.
Okay, well that's good to know. A little bit. Yeah, mine's just broken.
Okay. No. Yeah, but I found Spyro. I found the first one's Ratchet, dude. Spyro. Ratchet and Clank is the first bot you get. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I was sad that he doesn't have like a little. Most of the guys have a little thing you can get from the claw machine or whatever.
Yep.
Ratchet doesn't, which is dumb.
Does he?
You just hit him and he drops his bolts, which is the currency in that game.
So,
but the girl who in the new one gets a little thing.
Yeah, but I think everyone gets like a diorama.
No, I don't think he does.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I just got Sly Cooper though, which is great.
Yeah.
And Joker in the same. I like as soon as there was Casino Planet, I was like, Joker and Sly Cooper are going to be in this level.
I think
it's like the most obvious thing.
Maybe it just doesn't fit, but like there was no Last of Us.
There was Last of Us.
There is, but there's no like level. Like I thought Last of Us was going to be like one of the hero worlds.
I'm trying to figure out what are the key worlds going to be. Like I was really hoping there was like a Persona world. Doesn't seem like there's going to be, because I found Persona 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
So I think those are going to be I think I found all the Persona characters.
I'm trying to think of what, because I know 2 that you're going to get.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other ones that you haven't tried yet.
Of the characters?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I got like Solid Snake and
yeah. Did you get all
There's
the
a
crows?
lot of them I don't know.
Did you do all the crows in God of War?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Great. What a great level. I'd love to do top 5 Astrobot levels.
Yeah.
And we can do that. We can do top 5 Astrobot levels and top 5 Spyro the Dragon levels.
Back
the
to
same
back.
episode, yeah.
That's fine.
Just compare platformers.
It's just very like that's a masterclass in like, hey, here's how you use the DualSense controller.
Oh my god, amazing! I love the little bonus abilities you get, the equipment, like the slow mo time with the what do you call
like
it?
The freeze stuff, like the
but the goggles, like the AR, not the AR goggles, the VR goggles.
Yeah,
it makes the VR goggles look really cool.
Yeah,
it's like this is like great marketing.
Yep,
and what a good game. Yeah, solid game, so solid. So I'm gonna probably go home and play that.
Nice,
but it's fun. I'll definitely have that done by our next podcast.
Yeah.
But so yeah, and then after that it's Metaphor, which I was actually surprised. I was talking to Jeff about it. He didn't like it.
Which makes me like he didn't like it, and Nate said it wasn't for him. Which immediately makes me think shocking. I might like it.
That's shocking. Maybe it's a Dragon Age situation, man, where this is your one.
And I'm fine with that. Like, you know, like it's just like I feel bad for people who like love those properties. Like I feel almost like imposter syndrome.
Ratings.
You know? Yeah.
It's like a top 5 on OpenCritic this year.
Yeah.
And it has 1 million reviews. So it's like
I don't love
someone likes it.
The school aspect of Persona 5. That's the thing I really just
Oh,
don't like.
interesting. Yeah, you're
school
in high
stuff
school.
like
Yeah,
with
yeah.
that with 3 houses and stuff. It's just like okay, like
Not a school guy.
I'm not a school guy.
Yeah, that's
but
fair.
hey, getting the band together. I'm there. Like you
Yeah,
want to go? You
maybe
want to go
that's
recruit
this.
people? Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's the best.
Yeah.
I mean, Ocean's 11, the greatest comedy of all time.
Yeah,
Dude.
right.
Yeah, so I don't know. A lot of great games. We're getting there.
Yeah.
We got a month left, and then I think it's
Yeah.
the 12th.
12th is the Game Awards.
Yeah, December 12th, I think, which is a Thursday. We have, I think next Thursday we have exactly a month, something like that.
Okay.
So coming down to the wire, I have a lot of games I got to get through. Luckily, I think everything has come out that we need to play, unless there's like a surprise.
Yeah.
Big surprise.
So Indiana Jones doesn't get.
It's
It's like a next year thing.
It has to be because it comes out days before. I just don't.
Yeah.
They might. I don't know.
Huh.
I'm not going to be able to play it in that amount of time.
Well, that's what I mean. So for our stuff, are we saying Indiana Jones is considered a 2025?
I would say probably, but I am curious to see if they're including it in their Game of the Year awards, and we're all caught up by that point. Maybe we give it a shot, but I doubt they would.
Yeah.
Which will be fine.
Okay.
Also,
we'll
the
play it by ear.
Tekken World Tournament is early December.
Dude, I'm so out of Tekken. I need to.
I haven't either. I mean, it's just too many things to play.
Yeah.
But I do want to watch that.
Well, the nice thing with that too is like, that will probably announce the new character there.
Yep.
Which is crazy because I feel like Heihachi just came out, and we know that that's going to be good for like the next several years. So that's something we can always come back to too.
It's always a great.
Yeah,
it's good. It's good. So, all right,
cool.
That's all I got.
Yeah,
that's all we got.
Yeah,
we're a team.
Yeah. Hey,
we're getting the band together.
Yeah.
All right, if you made it this far, we appreciate you. Check us out, couchcompany.games. Got our scores on there, so we'll add Black Ops 6.
82.
Probably be doing like Astrobot next time, so stay tuned for that. We'll be doing top 5s. I think we got some top 5s in the hopper. And yeah, we'll see you same time, same place. Thanks for joining us on the couch. Peace.